In today's video, we have an update on the release window for one of the most anticipated Nintendo Switch exclusives, and one of the most prominent developers in the gaming industry right now are working on two new IPs, which they are planning to self-publish. More on that in a little bit. First, it looks like the Nintendo Switch is gonna have a big 2018, and one of the games many gamers are looking forward to is the latest in the Bayonetta franchise, in Bayonetta 3. This is a game I think many Nintendo Switch owners are hoping to be released in 2018, but we're still not sure, and many are seeing it as a more likely 2019 title, especially given the fact that we don't know much about the game yet. Well, it looks like Bayonetta 3 will probably be hitting the Nintendo Switch in 2018. This comes over from a user on Reddit that has been verified by the Reddit admins, although he does not give out his sources. That's par for the course with these kinds of things, and he said, quote, "I cannot personally reveal my source, but I have it on good authority from a reliable source that Bayonetta 3 will be released this year. Maybe this summer. It will not be released later than 2018, barring a disaster." Outside of that, he also talked about the potential big Nintendo Direct on January 11th, and he said, quote, "I have confirmed my sources with the mods. User Flapsnapple gave me the go-ahead for this, so they can vouch for it. I'm sorry, but I cannot say much more other than watch out for the Nintendo Direct, because Bayonetta 3 will be one of those placeholder games that Nintendo is preparing to release. This Direct may be Nintendo's E3 if what we've heard is true." That's pretty big, but this Nintendo Direct is being rumored to be massive. In an earlier video, we talked about 18 placeholder titles that were posted on Amazon. Those quickly got pulled, and many are looking at those titles as titles that could be announced at the Nintendo Direct conference. Bayonetta 3 coming in 2018 is already great. Maybe at this Nintendo Direct we'll see some gameplay, and if you guys don't know, Bayonetta 2 as well as the very first Bayonetta game will be hitting the Nintendo Switch in February, so that's something to be very excited for as well, because Bayonetta 2 was a Wii U exclusive title, and I'm sure many of you guys did not have a Wii U, so now would be a great time to visit that game, especially prior to the release of Bayonetta 3. Outside of that, we are very much looking forward to this January Nintendo Direct. What titles could be announced? Maybe we'll see some gameplay of Metroid Prime 4. That was announced back at E3. A new Animal Crossing would be great. Pokemon would be great. Third-party support, whether it be remasters of older titles and ports of older titles or brand new support, all that would be very exciting to Nintendo Switch owners. However, now that the anticipation for this January Direct is at a pinnacle, maybe it's gonna be hard for them to live up to expectations, although Nintendo has done a pretty good job delivering on all fronts with these Directs. You usually at least see some pretty cool stuff, and even if we don't see the 18 huge brand new games, we're probably gonna see some quality titles, new gameplay for titles such as Bayonetta 3, and at a personal level, I would love to see some gameplay for Metroid Prime 4, but that release probably is a ways out. All we saw was a logo for the game back at E3, but maybe development has been progressing, and maybe that could be a late 2018 title, who knows. But Bayonetta 3 is looking to be a 2018 release, and as I mentioned, the Bayonetta collection with Bayonetta 2 and the first game will be released on the Switch in February. Moving right along, one of the most notable developers in the gaming industry right now in Platinum Games is working on two brand new IPs which they are looking to self-publish. Speaking to Game Informer, co-founder of Platinum Games Atsushi Inaba explained that the company has been, quote, "looking into creating our own IP and creating our own game." Platinum has traditionally focused on making original and licensed games under their wings. You saw titles such as Nier Automata, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, a lot of titles where they put the Platinum flavor over existing licenses. However, they have created their own projects such as Vanquish, but that was a title published by Sega. I think the idea with Platinum Games is to publish their own title and have rights to it, and Inaba echoed that statement saying, quote, "We want to motivate the people that work here. We want to give them an opportunity to make their own game." And Platinum now has, quote, "two designs that we're genuinely focused on." Of course, they are working on Bayonetta 3, which is already an existing franchise, and that'll be a Nintendo Switch exclusive, but it would be very exciting to see what Platinum Games could do on their own. They've created some tremendous games, and while some of them have been not as great as others, they are more hit than miss. Like I said, you saw games like Nier Automata, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, the Bayonetta titles, Vanquish. They just have a very solid track record, and them working on their own game can be very exciting. However, you have to remember that Platinum is a smaller studio. They can't make massive projects, and Inaba echoed that as well, saying, quote, "We can't put together a AAA $10 million plus game because we just don't have that sort of cash as an independent developer. However, we don't plan to go the indies route with just a few people on a team making the game." As such, Platinum is aiming for somewhere in between, and that is very feasible. You saw games such as Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, where you find a middle ground between indie and AAA, and you find that happy medium, and the game turned out very very well. Hellblade by many was seen as a Game of the Year contender, so there's no reason Platinum Games can't create that even on a smaller budget. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think about Bayonetta 3 coming in 2018? Are you going to check out the game? Are you going to check out the collection that's coming to the Switch in February? And again, what game revelations do you want to see at this big January Nintendo Direct? There's a lot of anticipation surrounding it. Let's hope it delivers. And do you see potential in Platinum Games creating their own projects and brand new IPs? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and goodbye.